Tell us about your decision to come to the U.S.
Oh, that's a long time ago. We have a dinner at home, and all my family was sitting at the table. We have a special day for dinner. Like it's very similar for Thanksgiving here, but over there it's like Christmas. So my mother and father start to asking everybody what my brothers, what they want to do in the future, and some say, oh, I want to be a doctor, and others say, I want to be a lawyer. They coming to me, I tell my mother, I just want to go to the United States and buy a house for you in Hollywood, so next to the sign, or near to the sign. And after 1 year, I start to figure out how I'm gonna come in here and get the money, because everybody was laughing about me because it's so expensive to buy property here. I start to put everything together and just come in here like everybody, illegal, and cross the hills, cross everything, and finally I get here. But I was a very lucky person, because when I come in here, it still was a process to get legal. So I filled up all the papers and sent it to the immigration, and after 2 years I have my green card, and then I have to wait in 4 years to get a regular car, and finally I got my citizenship after 6 years. I used to have a partner, and he passed away. He left me some money so I can be able to buy the house, but by that moment they don't give me the house because I was illegal, and all this kind of, my work was not enough to buy the house, and blah blah blah. So I figured out the most important thing was money, so I have to put the money together to be able to buy the house. So that's what I did. I put together a lot of money and give the down payment, and then continue to pay the house. But my dream was to get the house faster I can, because it was something in my mind. I said, I have to buy a property here no matter what. So finally I get the house, and then the year I get the house, my mother passed away. So she had the opportunity to see the house, and then she passed away. So that was very important for me too.
At an academy back east when I was 15, I learned that what I believed, it wasn't true, that I was deceived. I come to terms with these things, yeah, I still do, they roll a part of me. I cannot lose, I can do it, I can change it myself. I can go get away from this place some people call hell. I'm no different, I'm no better than them, but I'm far away from them. Here comes the change. Here comes the change. It's always change. Here comes the change. Here comes the change.
This is Bob Herzog on camera. We're here at 1647 Maltman to interview Alberto Hernandez. This house has been featured in Quinceañera, the recent movie. You want to catch this wonderful inlaid tile work on the walk. No habrá de cambiar el mundo hasta que el hombre cambie su conciencia. You can't change the world until you change your conscience.
I came into Houston, Texas.
Okay.
In Houston, Texas, and one of my best friends passed away. So I get so depressed because he passed away very fast. He had a toxoplasmosis, a disease, the brain.
Jeez.
In 3 months, he passed away.
It's terrible.
So I was not ready to something like that happen so fast. And I went to the doctor because I can't sleep. I was so depressed, and then he recommended me to start to do something artistic, or talk with people, or get out. Just doing something, because the only way you want to be crazy or something like that.
Jump off a cliff.
Yeah. So
Did you paint?
No, I never paint before. I just went to the store and buy my painting and start to do little things around. And that's the way I start to do things. And then we buy the house, and I saw the garden is so big, and it's a big area where I can do my artistic things. So I have already 14 years doing little by little things. So it's more like therapy. It's not like I have to do things.
Right.
Yeah, it's something I enjoy, and relax my body and relax myself, and I be a better person with the rest of people too.
But you did it through art. So when you came in from Mexico, did you come here to live?
No, I came into Houston just for a few years
Okay.
to make
you were
some
doing
money,
your art
and
too?
then my idea was to come back to Mexico.
Uh-huh.
But I come here and I like it, and I decided to live here for the rest of my life. And die here and bury here and everything.
Then you started this garden,
Yeah.
and that's when you started installing the art.
It's still my art and my
14
garden and
years ago.
everything. Yeah.
And we're going to be talking to Marianne.
My name is Marianne Spencer, and I live at 1926 Michael Torina Street in Los Angeles. Well, I was born in Los Angeles, and I've lived just 2 or 3 different places in Los Angeles, but ended up in Silver Lake in 1972. Before that, actually, I was brought as a baby to 1913 West Temple Street, and I went to Rosemont Elementary School, to Virgil Junior High, and to Belmont High School.
Oh, right here.
Right here. I haven't gone far. I've always returned, but I lived with my great aunt on Temple Street, and she was a remarkable person because she came here from the South. She brought her mother with her, who had been a slave, and that's the great-grandmother that I was raised with. So I had heard many stories from her, and it was very interesting and different. I was very young,
Yes.
and I lived with her for a long time, and she was the one that took care of me for the early part of my life. I also had a brother that stayed with me there, but he ended up going to live with his mother, with our mother, I should say, but I was given to that aunt when I was 5 months old.
Oh,
So she was my mother for all of my life. My father, I understand, was one of the first black firemen in Los Angeles. And he was from Tennessee, and his family, and my mother's side of the family was from, she was born in Central California. And her family was, my grandfather, I guess, was from Portugal.
Oh.
He was a seaman, a merchant seaman, and came all around somewhere and ended up in San Francisco. Then his brother went on to Hawaii. And it's really ironic that my brother, who I didn't live with but a very short time, ended up as an adult in Honolulu.
Oh.
And he met his great uncle.
Oh my goodness.
When he asked where he was from, this man told him he was from Portugal. And he said, oh, my mother's family was from there, and her name is Lopez, only it's pronounced Lopes. It's L-O-P-E-S, because the difference in the 2 languages. And he says, well, that's my name. And that's how they happened to meet. That was, I thought,
That's a
very
marvelous
interesting.
story, yes.
Yeah. So anyway,
What were some of the things that your great aunt taught you?
oh, she was a wonderful woman because she was not educated well, but when she got here, she was able to buy property. She said,